can you sit there, yeah, knowing everything that you know, yeah, and you're not a stupid brother. So
No,
how
I'm
can
not.
you sit
I'm
there?
not. And that's
How
why
can you sit there knowing everything that you know, yeah, and defend this brother, yeah, like wholeheartedly, bro? Like it's confusing. Look at the amount of players he's brought in, bro. He's undone so much. The players he's brought in are worse.
When we're losing games, it's on Ten Hag. But when we're winning
No.
games,
When we're losing games, yeah, it's on Ten Hag, yeah, because he's the manager. Do you know what I'm saying? When we're winning games, we're not winning the games because of him. Remember when I said the same thing about Oli? When I said, yo, we're winning games in spite of this manager. These players are bailing him out. When Dallo, yeah, is cutting inside, yeah, from left back and whipping one in the top corner, what, you think that's because of the manager, bro? Nah. That's because Dallo...
He's in them central areas because of the manager, yeah.
Dallo will do that anyway, bruv. If he's playing left back, he's going to cut in and shoot. What? Dallo don't score for Portugal? When's the last time you watched him? Boy, you trying to tell me Dallo... Hey, bro. Hey, Dallo... Hey, bruv. Hey, man, them. Is Dallo not scoring for Portugal?
You try and raise your voice.
Is Dallo not scoring for Portugal?
You're raising your voice.
Is Dallo not scoring for Portugal?
Shout in the loudest. Don't make me a big man, bro.
Dallo not scoring for Portugal? Yes or no,
bro? Shout in the loudest.
Has Dallo scored for Portugal from cutting in and shooting? Yes or no? Is this the first time? How many goals Wan-Bissaka got? Now you're talking about Wan-Bissaka.
I even know.
How's man trying to compare? Yeah, Dallo scoring a goal.
When I challenge him, he shouts loud. I know, bro.
This is not a challenge, bro. You're chatting shit, bro. That's not a challenge, bro. You're talking about Wan-Bissaka. How many goals has Wan-Bissaka?
No, you're talking about Dallo. All right, listen. Let me ask you a question.
I spoke about one goal from Dallo. You're talking about Wan-Bissaka. I'm talking about.
You're talking about one goal from Dallo. And I'm telling you, he has never been in them sort of central areas until Ten Hag's come in. Wan-Bissaka's also never been in them central areas and picking up the ball and driving forward since Ten Hag's come in.
Driving forward.
Wan-Bissaka, whether they like it or not, whether they like it or not, and whether they like Ten Hag or not, Flawless Society would definitely admit Dallo and Wan-Bissaka have never been in them central areas at all until Ten Hag's come in.
He's made them invert. Yeah, they weren't inverting before.
Point proven, Rants. This is what I'm saying. We've got to have a balanced debate here. Dallo is not whipping
balanced
corner in terms of that positioning, picking up the ball there if he's not instructed to. He's normally playing right back.
Dallo bagged a brace of long-range shots for Portugal
some things that
recently. What are you talking about?
Everything he does.
What are you talking, bro? What you're saying don't make sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. You're saying Dallo only scored because the manager told him to be there, bruv. Dallo's been shooting from outside the box, bruv. What are you talking about?
I'm on about the positions he's picking up the ball and he's been playing in. He was not been doing that.
What are you talking about, bro? He's playing left back, yeah, because we got bare injuries. Dallo wouldn't have been there, yeah, if we never had Luke Shaw, Malacia, that out, bro. Why are you going on like it's a masterstroke?
No. I'm on about when he's been playing right back. Wan-Bissaka and him, I'm talking about the same people in the same position.
Can I come in here? I think for me, I get where Ty's coming from. I think there's an element
of... I spoke about players bailing out the manager from individual brilliance, and this player's talking about, but the manager played him there. Bro, stay on track, bruv. The same way McTominay scored them 2 goals, yeah? It's not because the manager told him to be there. It's because McTominay does that. McTominay was scoring goals for Oli as well, bro. This ain't the first time you've seen him score goals. What are we talking about here?
That's a different comparison.
You know.
No, it's not.
I think for me, I get where Ty's coming from, but I understand where Rants in terms of long-term success. Yeah, we can't be having these situations where players are then bailing the manager out. We need to be a more cohesive team. My thing is, I want to go back to the point where where you said, like, to position the team is not important. That's where for me I'm at. Like, we can finish 3rd or 4th this season, but still play shit football, not have an identity. You don't have to be great to finish 3rd and 4th. The first 2 are going to be set the world alight. We can't be doing this second season in where we don't have a style of football, we don't have a clear philosophy, and it's not consistent. That's where I'm at. Last season, I gave him a slice, and you know what? Let him do that. Let him get a Carabao Cup. But this season, we've regressed. We have massively regressed.
I'm with you in the games. I agree with you. But Saeed, don't you think, though, if we do get the Wan-Bissaka, Martinez, Shaw, the Casemiro, basically for me, the football weren't great. So hear me out. The football weren't great. But in terms of the backbone to what was our success last season, despite the football not being great, the foundation, you know what I'm saying? Not the Christmas tree, the lights, the thing that holds up the Christmas tree. Was that back four with Varane, Martinez, Shaw, and Casemiro? Do you feel like it can change?
No, but we've had bad games with them as well. This season, Martinez has not been great. I know he's had playing through injury, but Martinez, when he came, it wasn't great. So, and Shaw's been here when we lost 7-0. He's been here when we've lost so many big games where he's been one of the reasons why.
They've also been here when we've won some big games.
No, they have.
I get it, but the sample size is Shaw's had a couple of seasons great, and largely he's been either inconsistent. He's had his position taken over by Brandon Williams, Ashley Young. So this idea that when Shaw returns, bro, we've been doing this for ages. So this idea that 2-3 players should dictate your philosophy. Come on, man. Let's not do it. Is this all we're going to become with tonight? Or 1 or 2 players are dictated to his philosophy?
I agree.
You can't keep doing this.
He's a coach, and he should be getting more out of these players.
Yeah, and that's what it is, Ty. Like, I wanna be like on side with you with what you're saying, but I just can't see him turning this around because we're watching him come under the pressure.
That, so you always come, why don't you see him turn around? I can understand.
I don't because the issues that he's having and the decisions he's making to me is nothing to do with the injuries. There's no players coming back. Martinez, I'll give you. Casemiro, yes, I can see them having a major impact in terms of from a defensive standpoint. But Varane when he gets back. But the point that I'm making is the backbone of Manchester United last season was our defensive resilience. So even when Casemiro was missing at times, when Martinez was missing, when Varane was missing, that was still there. That has disappeared. That's from an organization standpoint. That's being resilient. I don't know what's happened with the manager, with the players, that we don't look the same. This is why he should have carried on with the style that he had last season, because it worked to an extent. You were getting results.
Would you have enjoyed that though if he didn't try and change it?
If you were getting I love last season. I'm one of the few. I love last season in terms of last season. We were going into games and I was like, even if we were playing teams who were better, I'm like, yeah, we can win this. 110%. I was going into games having belief and going because of our defensive resilience. Even when we lost games, I think it's only twice last season or maybe 3 times where we lost games back to back. That's a sign of a team that has a strong mentality to turn it around. Every time we lost, even the bad defeats, we then went and won the next game and so forth. And even in games as well, in 90-minute games.
Is your problem that you don't think Ten Hag will go back to that to be successful? You think he just can't get it back? Because if you really loved last season,
go on.
That shows that it can't be that far off of getting you back on track, surely, with a few tweaks.
But I was there. I was at bargaining for weeks because obviously we not smoke tie. I was at the third stage of grief. I was just saying the entire season, go back to what you did last season. Just revert back to that and we'll be fine. And then it got to a point where I was like, he's not going to. And he's just panicking. And then when I hear quotes from his in interviews, I go, oh, yeah, you've lost it. Like when he talks about Rashford and his idea to get Rashford back in form is just playing through bad form. To me, that does not make any sense.
I think for me, the way, last season I spoke about like built different. I said built different in a way where defensively, we were like more resolute. We had dogs in our team. Yeah, we had Casemiro, we had Varane, we had Lisandro. I was like, we got dogs in our team. I was like, okay then. Defensively, there's isolated games like the 7-0, 6-3, but at home we were resilient against Barcelona. So we bullied them in the home leg and the away leg.
Beat the top 6.
Yeah, top 6 in terms of home. Yeah, I thought fair enough. But then I was like, the attack needs to work in it. Like, it's only Rashford scoring goals. I thought still Bruno, for me, I'm not really feeling what he's bringing to the team. That needs to be sorted out. I said, cool. I even said it to Rants this season. I was arguing Rants here in pre-season as to what his style of football was. And I said, we need to have an element of control and possession. Rants was like, no, it's not going to be like that. I was arguing him. Then I said, let's give manager until, let's say, October, November. Let's just give him time, innit? Then when I was looking, I was like, bro, like, what's going on here? Like, we're not playing good football. We're not doing anything. We're not building anything. Like, we're seeing in games we're getting absolutely done, especially when we go against a better opposition. Look how the way we get easily dismantled. Against the little teams, we can bully them and get a goal here and there. Like, the quality will prevail. But against the better teams, we'll get fouled out.
They can run a couple of passes. They're running at our back 4.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Against the better teams, we got done over. And this is why I'm like, Ten Hag, you can't keep thinking you can hide behind the small teams. And then when you get against the big boys, then all of a sudden you're getting bullied. I don't want that. I don't want to go into games where I'm thinking, we've got no chance here. And you're getting beat 3-0, 3-4-0. Man's not even getting beat 1-2-1, He's getting beat convincingly. And that's where I'm like, nah, this can't keep happening, man. And that's where I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. When we get beat by Newcastle's BC team, this is where Eddie Howe, for me, schools Ten Hag. And this is why, for me, their football is sustainable. And people saying, we should look at Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe's philosophy is clear. It's just that right now, his injuries that are going on right now, there's been too many injuries. Yes, United have had injuries, but we've got Dalot at left back. We've got enough cover that we can build something with Ten Hag. Whereas my man brought his BC team and schooled Ten Hag. We had a team where Casemiro was playing. We had established internationals in our team. They had 6 fullbacks, and he actually done us over with that. So you can say to Newcastle fans, can say, right, you know what? He may be under pressure, but whoa, he could do something against Arsenal. Look at the way they rattled them. They had a game plan. They rattled them. They got the 1-0. You can see the sustained kind of where they're going. With Man United, when we go against better teams, we're awful. Even against the smaller teams, we're struggling to get by. And I think for me, over the long run, it's not sustainable. And it's if, not when, this manager gets found out. Simple.
That's it.
But bruv, he's already been found out, Saeed. But this is what I've been trying to say. We could talk about players till the cows come home, innit? We lost to the C team of Newcastle, who still play the same way, regardless of who's available and who's not available. We can't say, oh yeah, when Shaw and Lissandro come back, what, we're gonna start scoring goals? We got a negative goal difference. Like, it's crazy to think that we can blame injuries on our lack of playing style. Last season,
I think the football clearly can be better, like 100%. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I was at the game with Saeed on Saturday, and I was like, 65th minute, I'm looking at the clock. How are we going to score? Because we had a clear cut chance for Højlund, should have scored that 1 yard out. Garnacho and then Rashford. They were the only 3 clear chances I can say we had. And I live next to Luton, and I was on a journey with them on the way up, a couple of them at the services and that. And I was like, you man should be proud of your journey, because you came to Old Trafford, only lost 1-0, and you lot had chances on the transition. If they were a braver team, I said to Saeed, a braver team would have taken their moments and maybe had better shots on target, or could have maybe snatched something for the game. Now, that's not acceptable. Like, I admit.
Well then, so how can you sit there, knowing everything that you know, and you're not a stupid brother? So
no, I'm not.
I'm not.
And that's
how
why
can you sit there knowing everything that you know, and defend this brother, like wholeheartedly, bro? Like, it's confusing, because
I hear it.
The thing is, look at last season. Look at last season, we know what happened last season. This brother, wanted to do something, shit his pants, reverted back to what he knew could get the job done. The players did what they did last season. He went back to the 4-2-3-1 that the team was playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to get what he got. And then he's tried to do this. He brought in his goalkeeper to play out from the back. He signed up to like 14 players. And now he's in survival mode. All the players he signed, he's not playing them no more.
Do you know what the funny thing is, Rants? You've set me up perfectly to answer that, because how I think Ten Hag succeeds, I do think that he needs to change up the formation. I think he needs to go back to the 4-2-3-1. A big problem for me is, the first one is recruitment. I'm happy that we've not hit the king, because the king's staying in terms of the Glazers. I said this on Saeed's show yesterday. The king is staying. Forget the Glazers. But if you can't hit the king, hit the prince. And that's what you've done with Richard Arnold. So Richard Arnold's going to go and Murtaugh's going to go. Then they're going to change things up. He's had his 400 million or whatever it is he spent, and he's not quite got it right. He needs to learn from that. And we need to get players in that are going to be for our future and what the recruitment team want to bring in. And Ten Hag, you're going to have to work with that, because at the end of the day, you've had your chance and you blew it. I agree with that. Where I think Ten Hag has gone wrong is that you just mentioned the 4-2-3-1. For me, I'm going back to that. And I think a couple simple changes can get us maybe looking better. You sign Amrabat. You sign Mason Mount. Mason Mount ain't going to fit into the system, unfortunately. Amrabat can. Now, when we signed Amrabat, we was all talking Amrabat, Casemiro. One sec. Amrabat, Casemiro together. That's what we was all thinking. We was all be on the stream saying,
because that's the only thing that made sense.
We basically picked one or the other, and it's gone wrong. Now, for me, when Casemiro is back, have that solid foundation. If at the moment we're getting cut open too easy, the football isn't great. Put Amrabat and Casemiro together, because you've got one person that can get up and down the pitch with Casemiro, who can play like an 8, destroy the tempo, get the ball, and then give it to Amrabat, who's more of a volume passer or controller. Then you've got someone that complements each other.
You can't even get that right now.
Well, let me tell you something for free, If we keep Erik Ten Hag, and he goes back to a 4-2-3-1, we might as well have kept Oli, bruv. Let me tell you why. Because we didn't bring Ten Hag in to come in and do the pragmatic thing and work with what he has. We trusted him with £400 million, in a very short space of time.
And only 3 of them have succeeded.
To overhaul the style of play, the culture, all these different things, and he's failed at that. So because he's failed at that and he doesn't trust his own players, we shouldn't trust him with any more money, because we didn't want a pragmatic manager that was going to come in and just do with what he had, or else we would have got Conte. We didn't get a manager like that for that reason. He was supposed to come in and imprint a certain thing on the club, and he hasn't done that. So he doesn't deserve to stay, and play a 4-2-3-1 and scumbag his way through another season. He doesn't deserve that time. Because if we needed a pragmatic manager, we go and get someone that's got a proven winning track record if we're not fussed about the style of play.
We all moan about the board and all the structure side, Rants, but surely
yes.
we're changing at the moment. We're going upstairs. You give him time to work with that to see.
No, because you have to earn that. Bro, he hasn't got the CV. This is Manchester United.
He's got a top 4 last year. And he's
This is Manchester United, bro. Oli finished second, bro. Like, bro, this is Man United, yeah? He don't have the CV to give man the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt only goes to top
bro,
managers.
but with 5
you can give a Jose the benefit of the doubt.
Into the season.
And
Bro,
Ty,
you can't give the bro. He's wasted £400 million of our money, yeah? Brought in 14 players and he don't trust any of them.
Bringing someone, the sporting director, to get the signings in. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but bro, he's already showing as a tactician and as a manager, he can't manage personalities. And he can't.
And Højlund are the only 3 that I feel like, they're here for the long term. The rest
But
of
bro,
them,
so that means he's pissed away 300 million of our money. Then, if you want to keep these man, and then on top of that,
I want someone else to come in and help.
But forget making the signings. He's proven that he can't even manage the characters, bro. Either.
But everyone was praising him last year for the way he handled the Maguire situation, the Ronaldo situation.
You know what's
handle characters,
bro.
Listen,
hindsight is amazing because at the time we thought he handled the Ronaldo situation amazingly.
I agree with you. Sancho one's been dead. I don't like that.
Yeah, but it's not just that though, because look at the Varane situation now. Look at the Casemiro situation now, bro. There's multiple players that ain't happy with this brother, bro. Multiple. Varane, bro. Did you see Varane's face when he came off the bench against Copenhagen? That relationship is done.
That does tie into what I said like earlier about him dealing with things last season and not dealing with it well this season. Ty, I agree with you. I have no problem with how he dealt with the Ronaldo situation, the Maguire situation, the original Sancho situation. But then how he's handled the Sancho situation this time around, I know that this is what makes no sense.
Yeah, but even the Maguire situation, all of a sudden Maguire's playing every week and he's such a great player. Allow it, bro. Maguire's trash.
He's not good. But that's the point that I'm making is all of the things he dealt with last season I had no qualms with. And then I look at this season and I go, why are you struggling with the same scenario? Same way you mentioned it earlier, Ty, and you were talking about the football. The reason why I don't want to give him more time, and don't get me wrong, the players are not good enough. I want everybody good. Let's not get that mistaken. It's not all on him. Facts. It's because he's making basic mistakes. Being organized and being a functional unit should happen whoever's out there.